Hello, Sumter, South Carolina. How you doing? Well, welcome to the non-singing portion of the program, folks. But it's all going to be heartfelt. All right? I'll do my best to entertain you for a minute. And it won't last long. If there's something you don't like, just hang on. It's only about 45 minutes. Be nice, you know. If you like something enough, there's Joyce has got books and CDs. I got a tip jug over there. That donation bucket was built by the most optimistic man I have ever met. Yeah. Hey, Skipper. How you doing, buddy? Anybody need any dental work? It's just a beat up old guitar, but it's more than that to me. It says what I'm thinking, the words and melody. It don't have to talk to see what I see. It's just a beat up old guitar, but it's more than that to me. It's just a rusted out old Chevy, but it's more than that to me. It was there when I met her, down at the Dairy Queen. She's still sliding over next to me in the front seat. It's just a rusted out old Chevy, but it's more than that to me. To someone else, it may not look like much, but to myself, it's more than enough. And as long as I can't remember what it means, and maybe just to know something, but it's more than that to me. Hey. It's just a dusty old Bible, but it's more than that to me. From my grandpa's daddy, it made its way to me. In the pages you will find the way that we should be. It's just a dusty old Bible, but it's more than that to me. Someone else may not look like much, but to myself, it's more than enough. And as long as I can't remember what it means, maybe just to know something, but it's more than that to me. Maybe just to know something, but it's more than that to me. All right. Is that all right?
Very good. Do another.
I'll do one more. That's it. You're gonna find that I got a lot of songs about Jesus and drinking. I don't know how they mix, but they seem to. You know. He loves us all. I sat down and wrote this, and this may be the first group I think that everybody in here would remember what I'm fixing to sing about, because I don't see these things anymore, but I'll play it for you. I'm not going to give it away. I'll play it for you. If I've written it good, then you'll know exactly what I mean. I could hear the preacher calling, tears were being shed. People kneeling at the altar, amazing grace was being led. I ain't one for showing everybody how I feel. I ain't scared of much when I get behind the wheel. With a dashboard for a pulpit, a front seat for a pew, a rearview mirror to my weakness and a windshield to the truth. I can find can tell that he don't judge me, judging by his open arms. I might be hell on wheels as far as anybody knows, but when the time is right, I turn off the radio. And with that dashboard for a pulpit, a front seat for a pew, a rearview mirror to my weakness and a windshield to the truth. I can find forgiveness every time I ask. It's just me and Jesus on the dash. I admit that I'm a sinner, I blame that on myself, but that don't mean the devil has a chance in hell. 'Cause with a dashboard for a pulpit, a front seat for a pew, a rearview mirror to my weakness and the windshield to the truth, I can find forgiveness every time I ask. It's just me, when it's just me and Jesus on the dash. Jesus on the dash. All right.
Just wrote that, right? I wrote that.
I wrote that. That's several years old.
And don't say nothing about you singing because it's good.
Well, I appreciate that.
Hey, I remember when he couldn't.
Yeah. Well,
My throat is shot.
now, I like to write songs that mean something. Maybe something that you won't hear on the radio today, but maybe something you wish you would hear on the radio today. So, but I got love songs, I do. And, you don't care, I'm gonna render one for you now. Larry Barker, you still talking over there? Show going on over here.
That's why they're in the talking room.
They in the talking room. So most love songs I write, well, every love song I write since 1991 have been about my joycing.
Is when y'all supposed to say, "Oh."
Yeah.
Kind of flew.
Yeah. Well, dance with me, if you will. Let this melody make time stand still. Take my hand, feel me breathe. Know my love, dance with me. In the silence of unspoken voice, let the beat of our hearts make all the noise. You can follow, or you can leave, just for now. Dance with me. At a bus stop in the middle of the winter, at a park bench with the changing of the leaves. Well, where we are doesn't really matter. Will you dance with me? Rooftop in the lights of the city, on a boardwalk as we wish upon the sea. But where we are doesn't really matter. Will you dance with me? Dance with me. Through the years, there'll be laughter, there'll be tears, but my heart I'll give to thee. This I promise, dance with me. It's all I ask, dance with me. Alright, I'm going on my set list. By the way, I wrote my set list here. If y'all need septic tank, ready to buy us. And it is right there. So on September 5th, my stepfather of 41 years passed away. There's 8 kids in my family and my mom. It's probably the first big event in our life, if you want to call it that. And as we laid him to rest on September 8th, I just got to thinking about life in itself and how things happen. And you know that old saying, you can't take it with you when you go. And I believe that to some degree, but I don't believe it all the way. So me and a buddy of mine sat and wrote this. I hope you like it. Down here we're all different, up there we're the same. So you can't take it with you when you hear your name. Lord, I won't mind the journey when you call me home, but I thought that I should tell you I won't be alone. 'Cause I'm just like my father, I look just like my mother, I love just like my sisters, got the strength of my brothers. And they all live within me and will be with me with every step I take. When I'm walking through your pearly gate. Lord, I've had it good, more blessings than I need. So when my time on earth is done, that'll be okay with me. 'Cause when my life is over, I won't need to say goodbye. I'll be walking through your front door with some folks you'll recognize. 'Cause I'm just like my father, look just like my mother, love just like my sisters, got the strength of my brothers. They all live within me and will be with me with every step I take. When I'm walking through your pearly gate, yeah, they'll be with me with every step I take. When I'm walking through your pearly gate.
That's on the CD.
That's on the CD.
Oh man, I could have that.
Some of the songs are not on the CD, but if you get the CD and the song you want to hear is not on there, I have an email address. Just email me and I'll send you whatever song it is. It's not on there. It's not a big deal.
When did you write that one, Rick?
What's that?
When did you write that one? You say when you
Right after my burial. So every now and then you gotta write those songs that are just, you don't have no story for them. This would be one of those. Way down in the Delta, there's a place I've never been to. Got its own kind of music, its own kind of groove. I didn't understand it till just the other day. I never met Robert Johnson, but I sure know him now. can't seem to stop breaking down. Ever since she packed everything she had and walked away. Well, somebody tell Memphis I feel what it's playing. Somebody tell Memphis I hear what it's saying. Somebody tell Memphis somebody else is singing the blues. I know I'm alive, but I can barely feel my heartbeat. Sometimes I swear I'm walking down Mill Street, surrounded by the lonely sound while I'm drowning in her memory. Well, somebody tell Memphis I feel what it's playing. Somebody tell Memphis I hear what it's saying. Somebody tell Memphis somebody else is singing the blues. Somebody tell Memphis. Somebody tell Memphis. Somebody tell Memphis somebody else is singing the blues.
Woo, yes, sir.
There you go. All right. Everybody still all right?
Yeah.
All right.
See, the oil's starting to warm up now.
What's
The
that?
oil's starting to warm up.
You hear Larry? Larry holler something.
What's that?
Larry said play the original.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Quit playing them cover tunes. I'll do this one. This is one of Rusty's favorites. Rusty?
Yeah.
Okay.
There
Yeah.
you gotta sing.
Yeah. No, he's getting food. There's
Oh, he can't go.
a couple things you can't get in front of Rusty.
You have to talk with your mouth full, right?
Yeah. I'll do this one.
I can hear from
You can do Rusty's, he's listening.
No, I got another one I want to do. I'll do good. So, we moved to Nashville, chasing dreams. If you keep it in perspective, every day you're in Nashville chasing it, you actually live in it. Unfortunately, the music business has changed a lot. Songwriters are the last man on the totem pole. With digital downloading, it's kind of changed the temperament of the game. I tell people this all the time. I had a song on the Montgomery Gentry album back in 2000, and I bought me a motorcycle and had money in the bank. I was just on the album. And I was on the Joe Nichols album a couple of years ago, and I barely paid a house note because of you don't have to download the whole album anymore. So all the other writers kind of left holding back. You know, getting a cut on a Nashville artist don't mean anything unless you're the single that they put on the radio and you can make a living.
I'm telling the dude to make a single out of it, then.
Well, I need you in Nashville, Rusty, just for about a week.
No, you
I'll
don't.
either have 300 cuts or I'll have to move.
That's
One of-
who you need in Nashville right
Yeah.
there.
All right.
He'll sell Eskimo refrigerator. And make
There
him
you
like
go.
one. Yeah.
So anyway,
Promote it the right way, I reckon. Yeah, wow.
so we take off on this adventure, my wife and I, just so I can just share a little bit of music with everybody. Maybe music that I hoped everybody would hear on the radio, but it's okay, I'd much rather the one-on-one. Seems to go over a little bit better. So I've had a great life in Nashville, don't intend to move, you know, but it ain't been without its struggles. I mean, I've lived in a bathroom for 7 months one time. was a nice bathroom, had a shower, you know.
Clean.
I was clean. And I worked. I've always worked, you know.
Yeah.
This is the way I feel about kind of thing. Well, I've got the kind of life people dream of, singing songs about the way I feel. I may never see the inside of a mansion, but the Lord sees to it I don't miss a meal. Well, some days I'm a peasant, and some days I'm a king, and most days I'm more wrong than I'm right. But if I had the chance to do it all again, I wouldn't change a thing about my life.
That's right, good.
The backseat of my car more than once has been my bed, but I told Mama I was doing well. I've been blessed with a woman with a heart of gold, and I don't understand that one myself. Some days I'm a peasant, some days I'm a king, most days I'm more wrong than I'm right. But if I had the chance to do it all again, I wouldn't change a thing about my life. I have tasted whiskey and the faith of Jesus. I pray that He don't leave me behind. And I've seen a crowded honky-tonk without a steeple preach to its people singing, I saw the light. So if I had the chance to do it all again, I wouldn't change a thing about my life. No, I wouldn't change a thing about my life.
Yes, sir.
I love that.
Go ahead, write it down.
Golly. Wow. Whew. That's a good one.
I really appreciate y'all being here. Y'all could be doing so much more. But I really thank y'all for at least taking a little bit of time, Skip. I know you head to the beach, man. I promise it'll be over here in a second. Yeah. As long as you're happy.
Bring that one into the lake.
He's smiling.
So, I was working a hot dog stand inside of a bar one time, and the last gig I had. And I mean, I told the story several times, but most of you hadn't heard it. So I apologize to those who have heard it and have to live through it again. So, but this old boy comes to the hot dog stand and he's kind of got this wobble, like he might have had a little bit to drink. And but there was something in his eyes that said it was more than the liquor that was bothering him. You know how you can read into somebody's soul sometimes when they have that look. Well, anyway, you know, there was nothing I could say because he had obviously had a little bit more to drink to where I don't think he would have understood anything. And I didn't know I would know what to say. But as he staggered back after I served him, and he staggered back, there was a table with 4 folks there, and they just kind of chuckled at him. And I thought, well, I don't know if that was the right thing to do. They weren't walking in his shoes, were they? So that night at 3:30 in the morning, I sat with 2 of my buddies. And
This is gonna make me cry.
I sat with 2 of my buddies and we wrote this. Well, they were loud enough to hear from way across the room, laughing at his 2-day beer and his whiskey for perfume. guess he finally had enough, though he could barely stand. He got their full attention, bourbon in his hand. He said, maybe I just lost the job I'd been on 20 years. I realize she ain't coming back, yet I'm struggling with the tears. Unless you can read my mind and know what I've been thinking, and you don't know why I've been drinking. Well, the room got deathly quiet as we hung on every word, and got an education about the different kinds of hurt. He talked about the devil's judging when we don't know it all, kicking someone when they're down instead of trying to break the fall. He said, maybe I just buried someone that I love, or having trouble talking to the man above. Friend, don't get me wrong, this ain't the whiskey speaking, but you don't know I've been drinking. Then he turned away and staggered across the floor, turned around before he walked out the door, and he said, sometimes we say things we shouldn't be saying. You don't know why I've been drinking. No, you don't know why I've been drinking.
That's probably one of my favorite ones you ever wrote.
Thanks, buddy.
He did that song that Ray called. Everybody was talking and you couldn't hear. I mean, when he started the song, you could hear a pin drop. And I was standing by a dude and he said, he was crying and I was crying. He said, I forget what he was saying.
Yeah. It was one of those good.
I mean, you could hear the pin
Do
drop.
your song.
All right.
Let me get the lyric sheet on there. Y'all still talking in here?
No, I can't.
Yeah.
I can't understand why the radio don't play stuff like that. I mean, the song tells a story.
Yeah.
Especially, I mean, it's instead of having to tell you to pick up on it, got Jesus in it. You know what I'm saying?
Everything he sung had been very well written.
Exactly right.
Line, good.
All right. So, this is Ray's favorite song. It's actually one of my favorite songs.
Oh, good.
I just don't have one of those country voices that pulls it up, but I'm going to do it today.
Yeah.
All right? And after we wrote this, and we got a guy named Clinton Gregory to sing the demo. So who sings after Clinton Gregory?
Nobody.
So, yeah.
That's
So I'll do the best I can with it, buddy. All right? Lord, I know how heaven feels. I've held it in my arms, but now I need your help, 'cause heaven's gone. I'd call, but if she'd answer, it would just tear me apart. I'd write a letter, but I don't know where to start. Everybody right? Do I start with I'm sorry for all the wrong I've done, or open with I love you and you're the only one? Or What do I tell her without her? It's a cold and lonely life. When you send that angel letter, what the hell do you write? Here I am on my knees, 'cause there's no place left to turn. And it's gonna take a miracle to get to her. I know a second chance is the last thing I deserve. But if you don't mind, would you help me with words, something like that? Do I start with I'm sorry for all the wrong I've done, or open with I love you and you're the only one? Do I tell her without her? It's a cold and lonely life. When you send an angel letter, what the hell do you write? Yeah, when you send an angel letter, what the hell do you write? There you go, Ray.
That's a hard song to sing.
Oh my God!
Yeah. It's awesome though.
Hey, you could have saved yourself some film on that one, but man, oh my God! All right, man, this is fun, ain't it? All
I
right.
like that.
Only got a few more. Only got a few more. All right.
Well, when you do this thing, then you will come back and play a little. I mean, you will. When he sings something, you'll sing a little bit more.
I might.
Yeah.
Well, the show's over and then I'll come back. I'll stay and we'll hang. Okay. Yeah.
Business is going to be pleasure after that.
Oh no. I'm gonna sit and listen. Look at that. Or maybe we'll break out in some Stand By Me with a saxophone and everything.
There you go.
Huh? You got that?
Yeah, guitar you want.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I want him to like some stuff you do, and when he goes to do a funeral or something like that, play one of your songs that nobody don't know.
Well, it's hard to beat Amazing Grace at a funeral.
That's hard to beat whatever that was he sang. I don't know what it was as bad as the song.
Well, okay. So here's, I'm down to about 3. So let me do 3 of my favorite that I've ever done. Is that all right?
Yeah.
All right. So Floyd Callan
Yep.
is from Sumter, South Carolina. Am I right?
You got it.
Well, Floyd Callan and I wrote this with a kid named Mark Howard from somewhere in Oklahoma. As far as I know, Mark's in Oklahoma. And Floyd's in Texas. I'm headed that way. Well, bartender pulled me another round. Just fill her up, set her down. I'll take one more for the road, one more time before I go. The reason that I smoke 2 packs a day and I drink all I can drink, living without her, sleeping hell. Lord, why do I do this to myself? If I said that I'm not scared, then I'd be lying. I'm just more afraid of living than dying. bed will be the backseat of my car. Just put my keys behind the bar, and I'll lay down holding on to memories. Waking up,
Good line right here.
it's only me. And the reason that I smoke 2 packs a day, and I drink all I can drink, living without her, living hell. Oh, why do I do this to myself? If I said that I'm not scared, then I'd be lying. I'm just more afraid of living than dying. Well, could this be my last drink or my last cigarette? I pray someday I'll get over her and learn to live again. If I said that I'm not scared, then I'd be lying. I'm just more afraid of living than dying. So bartender, pour me another round. Just fill her up, set her down. Alright.
Hey, Willie's supposed to be doing that song?
Huh?
Willie's still supposed to be doing that song?
Yes, but I mean, until it comes out,
They don't know
yeah. All right.
You got 2 more, right?
That's
that.
more.
They done tracked that song though, ain't they?
What's that?
I thought, what's the name, told me they already laid the tracks down for that song.
No,
No,
That's
Joey,
it.
Joey Floyd got.
Joey Floyd
is
is,
going through treatments. He
Yeah.
was supposed to come produce Willie, but
yeah.
he is going through cancer.
Anyway,
Yeah, but
so
maybe soon.
here's a story song. So Joyce and I, we had a Target store, and there was a Starbucks inside the Target. And so Joyce is a Starbucks freak of nature. So she's, do you like it?
Freaking.
Well, a Starbucks lover. Okay. And anyway, so we got to go to Starbucks and get the coffee.
Tried to get out of that.
Freak. I don't know if I did get out of that. Maybe there's 4 more songs or something.
Crawfish.
Yeah. So anyway, so we're at the counter at the Starbucks, and it overlooks the parking lot. The window overlooks the parking lot of the Target store. And there was this gentleman walking. He was probably maybe 70. And of course, the closer I get to that, that's not so old. But you know,
Is it CM?
and he had one of these 3-pronged canes. You know, the ones that keep you.
I got one over
Yeah,
there.
I got one myself.
Russ.
That guy is my knee.
Yeah. So he's making his way across his parking lot, heading to the Target, and it's like the tortoise in the hare. I mean, people are just running by him, and he's just steady at it. Cars are going by him, nobody's hitting him, but they just ignore, I mean, just totally just don't really pay, not even a high.
I get it.
Yeah. Well, okay, all right, there you go. And I thought to myself, hell, nobody's even paying attention to him, and they don't know who he is. Don't know what he's done, what he's been through. I mean, I think everybody deserves a hello, you know? So, about 6 months later, a buddy of mine named Sean Carson, he used to play for Neil McCoy, and I'd name drop more, but Paul McCartney told me I shouldn't. I'm just saying. I only mentioned Neil McCoy. So we sitting there and I'm telling him the story, and I didn't even know there was a story or there's a song or whatever there is, and he said, man, we should write that. And I said, well, let's take a stab at it anyway. And so we came up with this. Well, Mama made the call last fall, she didn't want to make it. She did what she had to for a man that was 88. Well, I got there the day after the day she moved me to the place that could take better care of him. And as I walked into his room, it was clear to me there was more to Grandpa's life than I'd ever seen. In an old frame hanging on the wall, he played shortstop, minor league ball, he was younger. On the dresser laid a purple heart, I never knew he fought that hard, he was stronger. And when I asked him about the stories that he never told, smiled at me and said, I ain't always been this old. So I pulled up a chair and we lost track of time as he emptied out his heart and he filled up mine. One story ended as another one began. Through his eyes I saw the life of a much younger man. And then he reached into the nightstand for a letter. Said she's been gone for quite some time, but I can't forget her. It's from your grandma back in '53. It's the first time she wrote she loved me and took my breath away. That's what true love is. Keep it, I know what it says on every page. And when you reach the part how she kept me warm when nights were cold, he said, boy, remember this, I ain't always been this old. Well, I may never know everything about him, but he made me look at older people different. 'Cause in an old frame hanging on my wall, he played shortstop, minor league ball, he was younger. On the dresser lays a purple heart, I never knew he fought that hard, he was stronger. Yeah, I asked him about the stories that he never told, and he just smiled at me and said, I ain't always been this old.
You can songs that Rick writes, you can see them when you sing.
All right.
Now you, man. One more.
One more. Why I do what I do. And it's not, we all choose our own path. And we're all flawed. Me especially. And I like to think God has the lanes of life, kind of like the kids at a bowling alley with the bumpers on the side, and that's the one I'm on because I keep going like that. He don't want me to go into the gutter. He just tries to keep me centered, yeah. And one day I was sitting down with a girl named Mindy Elvis, and I just started thinking about what we do and why we do it. And this kind of fell out in just a matter of, I don't know, however long it did. And then I won't bore y'all no more.
No.
Sometimes I grab this old 6-string, I play some chords and try to sing to a crowd or just to myself. I've stood under neon lights, I've watched the morning and the night, and I've tasted whiskey that came straight from heaven. But no matter where I am, or if anyone's listening, I find comfort with this guitar in my hand. And I play, 'cause that's what I love doing. I play, as long as I can do it. No, I don't care the time or the place. The world is my stage, and I play. I have had my loves in life. Some were wrong and some were right, but there's nothing like a perfect melody. It's never left me all alone if I'm by myself or holding on to someone that I think is meant for me. 'Cause there's something in the song that keeps on moving on, even after we're long gone. So I play, 'cause that's what I love doing. I play, as long as I can do it. No, I don't care the time or the place. The world is my stage, and I play. No, I don't care the time or the place. The world is my stage, and I play. Thank you, Josie, for letting me play. There you go. Thank you all for showing
I want
up.
you to do one song. Well, just one more from your knees to the floor.
I didn't print the lyric sheet on that, but if you'd told me this afternoon, I could have done it for
You
you.
don't remember?
No.
No, I'm sorry.
Old
Sorry.
friend of mine.
Oh, Lord, yeah. Yeah, that's good, yeah.
All right, they're ready to go. These people are ready to leave.
I
They're ready.
was the water and the whiskey. Oh, I mean, what?
Whiskey and holy water. Yeah, holy water.
Man.
All right, since Cheryl was nice enough, and Tammy was nice enough, and Rusty was nice enough to host this thing, she requested, so I'll do this one. If anybody likes Joe Nichols,
Yeah.
Y'all did this up.
Yeah.
Y'all cut this off. Didn't make it down my boat, did you?
I paid a house note. But, you know, I paid a house note. So,
Kicking the butt.
Yeah.
and the funny thing about this one is, when I wrote the song, I wrote it with a kid from Georgia, and we went demoed in the studio, and I had Jamie Johnson sing the demo. Now this is before Jamie blew up and became, you know, the icon he is, and well, of course Jamie went on to be the icon, and then the little guy playing the piano on the demo went on to write 10 #1 songs, and the guy that was
Brown?
no. And the guy in the studio that was running the studio went on to be a hit producer. I'm the only one in that damn room. There's something, I don't know, there's something ain't
Well,
right.
you gonna be something real big, Rick.
Well, hey, hey, yeah, I'll be something again. But, and I thought to myself after Jamie did it, well, ain't nobody in the world gonna sing this. I just cut a demo that ain't nobody else gonna sing, cause ain't nobody can sing it like Jamie.
And they tried to put the truth to
You know? And then Joe grabbed a hold of it 5 years later. And he did it. He did a mighty fine job.
And that's why I didn't like Jamie Johnson for 5 years over that same
I
song.
know. I know. Well, today I did something I never thought I could do. The choice wasn't easy, but I had to. All the years together on those cold and lonely nights, I never thought I'd be strong enough to leave it all behind. But today I said goodbye to an old friend of mine. It won't be easy, but it's never easy when you let down one you love. There's someone at home that needs me, so I'm giving up. She always knew the truth, but never left my side. And man, a love like that only comes once in a life. So today I say goodbye to an old friend of mine. My hands were shaking, my knees were weak, as I poured my last shot and I drank my last drink. And I heard freedom ring when that bottle hit the floor. And I just walked away, not needing any more. So today I said goodbye to an old friend of mine. Yeah, today I say goodbye to an old friend of mine.
Y'all thought it was a woman, didn't you?
I did. Until you got to the scene and you shot.
There you go. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate it. Make sure you visit Joyce if you've got something that you want, like a CD or anything. We might come back and play some more. There you go. Yeah. But thank you all so much for doing this. I appreciate it.
Change up on you.
Oh, yeah, I just ain't figured it out yet.
I'm talking about that. Thank you, man.
This is the audio.
I'm gonna read it.
You just need to see it.